welcome to our Wisdom from Bible. So we'll continue to look at what happened to Adam and Eve and Lucifer before. Pero bago yan, merong nagtatanong, bakit daw hindi nasabi yan sa kanya noon? Yung mga kinikwentong ito, sabi ko naman, actually sinasabi na yan noon pa. Nandiyan yan sa Bible. Kaya lang, minsan kasi hindi natin makukuha, hindi natin ma-decipher yung mga nandyan sa Bible kasi they are in parables and figures. Ganon. So, but as we develop, as we become mature in the spirit, as we become mature in the love of God, the more that we can understand the wisdom from the Bible, mas marami tayong maiintindihan yung mga sinasabi dyan sa Bible. And if we learn from the people din na talagang nag-aaral din ng Bible, then we can also learn from them. Ganun. So, maski hindi nasabi yan noon sa atin, at least ngayon, nasabi na ng Bible sa atin na ganun pala yung nangyari kay Adam and Eve noon. So, actually, nare-repeat lang yan hanggang ngayon. It's being repeated in our society. We can see that the most cause of many problem is the illicit sexual relationship or immorality, sexual immorality and sexual perversion. So maraming problema ang society natin because of that. No, from individual, ganun, kapag yung mga bata na involved na sila sa mga ganyang aspect, then hindi they cannot it's not easy to create talaga yung God-centered na will of yung God's will, ganyan. Kasi, yan yung ginamit din ni Satan noon na weapon, love, ganyan. So, it's, at saka, para sa atin, for our present time, sa modern times natin, maski modernized na tayo, maski marami na tayong mga alam, technologically, or scientifically, ganun, we should not think na alam na natin lahat, especially in the spiritual aspect. Kasi if pag hindi tayo clear sa mga spiritual aspect ng buhay natin, it's not yung parang mapapasama lang tayo sa mga daloy, ganun. We really have to find a way na spiritually alive tayo, ganun. Because if you are spiritually alive, you can really determine, at itong mga nandito sa Bible, malalaman talaga natin na this is real, that this is what the Bible is saying us, is telling to us. Ganun. Merong sinabi si Jesus Christ, I think sa John 16:25, ganun, if you try to look at that, John 16:25, sabi ni Jesus Christ dyan na, ano sabi niya, yung meron siyang sinabi doon na ang dating itinuturo sa inyo is symbols and parables, but there will come a time that I will tell you plainly of my Father, sabi niya ganun. So, bali daw ang mga naituro sa atin noon ay mga symbols and parables, but there will come a time that He will tell us plainly. Wala nang pasikot-sikot, diretsahan na, ganon. Yan ang ibig sabihin. So, actually, we really have to be prepared for that. Kasi baka mamaya, pag dumating si Jesus Christ, meron siyang ituturo sa atin na napaka-bago, ngayon ko lang na, mga ganon. Baka sabihin pa natin siyang heretic siya. Ganon. Baka sabihin pa natin na siya ay mali. Kaparehas din ng mga Israelites noon. When Jesus Christ was teaching them something na hindi nila makita sa Old Testament, anong sabi nila? You are a blasphemer. Ganon. Ano daw siya, yung heretic. Ibig sabihin nun, nagpapanggap na Diyos. Ganon. Especially when He say that I and the Father are one. Ganyan. Di ba sa Old Testament, sabi sa Old Testament na book na keep the Sabbath day, do not work during the Sabbath day. Very strict ang mga Jews. They will never, hindi sila talaga magtatrabaho on Sunday. nagprepare na sila gabi pa lang. I think Sabbath nila is Sabado. I'm not very sure ano. Pero before the Sabbath day, the night before the Sabbath day, they're already preparing everything they have to eat for the whole day. Kasi they will not work the whole day. Pero siyempre kakain sila ganun. Pero hindi sila maglulut, hindi sila lahat, everything that they have to do, they have to stop during the Sabbath day. Ngayon, they are very strict. Mga Jewish people, they are very strict in following the rules, yung mga laws, mga Torah. Torah, yung first 5 books of the Bible. They have to keep that and memorize that. Talaga, very strict sila doon. At saka very strict sila magturo talaga sa mga bata, magturo sa mga anak nila. They are very strict yung mga Jews. And then when Jesus Christ came, He was working during the Sabbath day. Tapos sabi ng mga Jewish people, yung mga leaders, sabi, bakit ka nagtatrabaho during Sabbath day? You are violating the law of God. Sabi naman ni Jesus Christ, sabi ni Jesus Christ, pag yung tupa mo, yung sheep mo, nahulog sa balon during the Sabbath day, di mo ba siya isi-save that day? Ay, hintayin mo pa ba next day? Patay na yun. Nalunod na siya or andan. Ganun, di ba? So, yun yung sabi ni Jesus Christ. So, pag merong nangyaring hindi maganda during the Sabbath day, are you not going to help the person? Ganun. So, sabi niya pa, my Father is working. Ay, busy. Ako din busy ako. So, yung mga ganun sinasabi ni Jesus Christ, anong nangyari after that? They want to stone Him to death. Gusto nilang batu-batuhin si Jesus Christ. Nahabol-habol na. So, Jesus Christ was trying to escape from them. Why? Because Jesus Christ talked something that is totally new sa kanilang paningin, sa kanilang viewpoint, wala yun sa tinuturo ni Moses. But Jesus Christ came na sabi niya ganun, I did not come to destroy the law. I came to fulfill them. Sabi niya. So, ganun din, pagdating ulit ni Jesus Christ, sabi niya ganun, sa John 16:12, I think, John 16:12, sabi niya, I have yet many things to tell to you. That was 2,000 years ago, ha? I have yet many things to tell to you, but you cannot bear them now. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa pwedeng ituro ni Jesus Christ lahat ng gusto niyang ituro during that time. Bakit kaya? Kasi, kung sa spiritual aspects, maybe, or I think, siyempre, kasi bakit niya sinabing ganun, you cannot bear them now. John 16:12, tingnan niyo. You cannot bear them now, sabi niya. Ngayon, hindi niyo pa kayang maintindihan. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa totally matured yung mga people during 2,000 years ago to tell what He really want to tell them. Yun nga ganun eh. Sinasabi na siyang heretic. I did not come to destroy the law, sabi niya. I came to fulfill it. Hindi ko lang maalala nung verse yan. But he said like that. And then, nung they are trying to catch him para ibabatuhin siya para daw sabi niya ganun sa mga tao, why are you trying to stone me to death? What sin did I do to you? Ano bang kasalanan ko sa inyo at bakit niyo ako babatuhin? Sabi niya. So, wala naman sila makitang kasalanan niya sa kanya, pero gusto lang nilang siyang why? Because of what he was talking, what he was telling them. So, tayo, mga Christians, we are ganun. Mga Israelites din, ganun, di ba? We are the prepared people to receive Jesus Christ. Ang purpose ng Christianity, bakit nagkaroon ng Christianity, is to prepare people to receive the second coming of Jesus Christ. Ngayon, pag dumating si Jesus Christ, anong gagawin natin? Pag may sinabi siya, sabi niya nga I have said, ayan sabi niya sa John 16:20, I have said this to you in parables and figures. But there will come a time I will no longer talk to you in parables and figures, but I will tell you plainly of the Father. So pagdating niya, He will tell us plainly. Wala nang parables and figures. Baka naman magulat-gulat tayo, masyak-syak tayo if we are not prepared. So yung mga ganitong nakikita natin sa Bible, na parang bakit ngayon lang daw niya narinig ito? Bakit hindi niya tinuro sa kanya noon ito? Kasi, yun din, sasabihin ko din na we are not yet prepared during that time. Palagay sa panahon na to, we are already prepared. We are very rational thinkers. We are mataas na yung mga naiintindihan natin. We can understand this. Na yan talaga yung ginawa ni Adam and Eve. Yan talaga yung crime ni Satanas. He destroyed the will of God. From individual to family to nation to world. From that very start. By destroying Eve. By having sexual relation, illicit, perverted sexual relationship with Eve. Nandiyan naman sa Bible, di ba? That the sin of the angel is sexual immorality. Kapareha sa Sodom and Gomorrah. So anong gagawin natin? Pag dumating yung Lord na ulit, He will tell us plainly of the Father. Mas grabe pa siguro sasabihin niya, kaysa dito sa nakikita natin sa Bible verses na to ngayon. Ganon. So, I hope na na we can, I'm really like, concerned din na sana open-minded tayo. No, maski ngayon lang natin to narinig, let us pray about this. Look at the Bible verses and think about it. Nandyan naman sa Bible verses yun. Nandyan sa Bible nakatago. At tinatago yun ni Satanas para hindi natin maintindihan. So we can just continue to do what He wants us to do. Sabi nga ni Jesus Christ, your father is the devil and your will is to do your father's desire. Ganun. So pag ignorante tayo sa mga ginawa crime ni Satan, then we're also doing the same crime, hindi natin alam. Ganun. So, I hope na nakakatulong to sa atin. We may be very few to understand this, but it will help God. Maski kaunti lang yung nakakaintindi nito. Do not be involved in this sexual immorality na inintroduce ni Satanas noon sa first Adam and Eve, sa first human beings. So Adam and Eve, they are free to eat after they are matured. We can enjoy sexual relationships, which is the most holy act from the point of view of God. That is the most holy, most divine act between a husband and a wife. Pinaka best na experience ng mag-asawa yung ganyan. Kung centered on God, talagang grabe, heaven ka talaga. Sabi nga nila, matitikman mo ang heaven. Totoo yun. Pero dapat mag-mature muna yung man and woman. Kaya nga, be fruitful muna. Yan ang gusto ng Diyos. And then, fill the earth. Multiply children of God. And then third is to rule over the world. Over everything that God created. To become the good steward. Tayo ang mamamahala sa lahat ng ginawa ng Diyos. Napakagandang plano. Sinira lahat ni Lucifer. Sinira lahat because of that. Nasira lahat. And until now, we can see yung mga result ng pagkakasala ni Lucifer, tsaka ni Eve, tsaka ni Adan. Ganun. So, ganun yung so I'm really praying na maraming mga open-minded tayo sa ganito. Jesus Christ, maraming Christians, di ba? You can feel it, yung lahat ng mga Christians. We can feel. We are now living in the last days. We are now living in the time when the Lord will appear. So sabi niyang ganun, when I come, I will teach you more. So ngayon pa lang, prepare na natin yung sarili natin sa mga naririnig natin sa Bible ngayon. Especially para sa mga brothers sisters ko na hindi talaga nagbabasa ng Bible. These are all in the Bible, and let's start reading the Bible kasi nandoon yung mga wisdom. Yan doon yung mga gustong ituro ng Diyos sa atin. Kapag babasahin natin yan, marami tayong maiintindihan. And it will guide us in our life. Both parents and children, maganda kung meron tayong knowledge about the will of God by reading the Bible. Kaya minsan yung mga anyway, we really have to open our mind, okay? Kasi sinabi nga na, I have said this to you in parables and figures, but there will come a time that I will no longer speak to you in parables and figures, but I will tell you plainly of the Father. So kung itong naririnig natin na yun na nangyari kay Adam and Eve and Lucifer noon, something new para sa inyo, para sa atin, how much more pag dumating na talaga siya at magturo siya? Mas grabe pa siguro. Mas grabing, truth ang sasabihin niya kasi marami pa siyang sasabihin. It's not na i-destroy niya yung ibang law na in the previous na tinuro ni Moses, tinuro ni Jesus Christ. Hindi niya sisirain yung sarili niyang turo, of course. Mas paliliwanagin pa niya. Yan ang ibig sabihin. So, He will not add anything to the will of God. Kung ano yung will of God, yun na yun. Absolute na yun. Eternal, unchanging yun. Kaya hindi mo pwedeng dagdag, hindi pwedeng bawasan kasi eternal siya yung will of God. Ang gagawin lang ng mga tinuturo, ang mga sinusugo ng Diyos is to make them very clear to us. Mas maliwanag. So, meron akong bigyan na example. For example, if you're talking to a 5-year-old girl, sabi niya gano'n, ano yun? Yung sun. Anong sasabihin yung explanation to a 5-year-old son? 5-year-old son or daughter when they asked you about the sun? Di ba sasabihin mo lang, sasabihin ko, ay ano yan? Ball of fire. Bola yan na apoy. Ganun lang, kasi 5-year-old siya eh. Pag naging high school na siya, anong explanation ang ibinibigay ng mga teachers about the sun? The sun is the center of the solar system, where the planets go around the sun, and the sun is with nitrogen, hydrogen, lahat ng mga elements, sasabihin ganun. Diba? Pero you're talking of the same sun. Only, ang pagturo mo is more clear, mas deep. Ganun. So, dito din sa pagkolehiyo ka na, o ano pa sasabihin mo tungkol sa sun, mas marami na. Light years, kung gaano kainit, gaano kalayo from the earth, mga ganun. Ilang taon na, may mga ganun. Pagkolehiyo na, so more deep na. Pero you're still talking about the sun. Ganun din yung Moses, yung turo ni Moses sa 10 Commandments is about the will of God. Yung mga laws niya, yung mga rules ni Moses noon, they're all about the will of God. And then when Jesus Christ came, He came not to destroy the law or add something to the will of God or mga ganun, hindi. He came to make it more clear. Ano ba yung sinasabi ng Diyos na, I gave you this land, yung Canaan. Ibinigay ko ito para sa inyo, mga ganun. At that you have to drive all the ganun. And then keep the commandment of God. Huwag kayong maki-intermarry. Or, lahat yun, will of God. That is to fulfill the will of God. Do not intermarry with any Canaanites, ganyan. Yun yung will of God. Why? Because God wanted to have His own people na lineage niya, lahi niya. Then when Jesus Christ came, He expounded more. Kingdom of heaven. Kingdom, ano ang kingdom? May king. So it was predicted that Jesus will become the king, di ba? Sa Isaiah. Jesus Christ is supposed to become the king. And then, meron siyang territory, may lupa siya. Yun Israel, yung Kinaan. Kingdom eh. Pwede ka bang maging hari tapos kung saan-saan ka lang nakatira? Pwede bang maging king ka na wala kang sarili mong territory? Di ba? Can you be called a king kung maski man lang 1 square meter wala ka? You need a territory. For a kingdom to be established, you need a territory. Land. Meron kang iti-take care na land as a king. Tapos, ano pa? Kung nag-iisa ka lang doon sa land na yan, may land ka nga, isang island, king ako. Nag-iisa ka. Is that a king? No. King has his own people following him. So, yun yung kingdom. Kingdom of God. I-explain niya ni Jesus Christ. What is God's kingdom? Ganun. Pagdating niya ulit, lalo pa niyang i-clear kung ano yung God's kingdom. Ganun. So, he's just talking about the same thing. Hindi ibig sabihin na dinidestroy natin yung ibang mga turo. Hindi ibig sabihin dinidestroy natin yung mga ano. Mas maliwanag lang na to. Paano pag dumating si Jesus? Lalo na namang mas maliwanag, di ba? Kung baga, yung light na ibinigay na sa atin, yung truth na ibinigay ni Moses noon is like the light of a candle. Yung truth na ibinigay ni Moses sa atin noon, yung 10 Commandments, is like a candle. Nagbibigay liwanag sa atin yan, yung candle, in the darkness. Kasi naging darkness yung buong mundo because of sin, because of death, because of Satan. Naging very dark yung buong mundo. So, biglang nung nagbigay ng 10 Commandments hanggang nagkaroon tayo ng light, yun pala yung ganun light. Tapos ngayon, pagdating ni Jesus Christ, nagbigay din siya ng words, the gospel. The gospel is like, sabihin natin, fluorescent or bulb. Mas maliwanag kaysa sa candle. Pag itabi mo yung candle sa bulb or sa fluorescent, sinisira ba ng fluorescent yung light ng ng candle? Overshadow lang niya yun. Mas kasi maliwanag siya kaysa sa candle light. Pero nandyan pa rin yung candle light. Hindi siya nasisira. Ngayon, pag yung bulb or yung fluorescent, ilabas mo siya doon during the noon time na napakalakas ng sikat ng araw. Makikita mo pa ba yung yung light ng fluorescent? Parang wala, 'di ba? Pero yung liwanag ng araw, yun yung magpi-prevail. Ganyan din yung words of God. He will teach us according to our level. Kasi nga, namatay tayo, di ba? Adam and Eve died when they eat the fruit. Spiritually yan, spiritually. Ibig sabihin, yung relationship natin sa Diyos, lumayo. We cannot, hindi na tayo receive ng words of God, hindi na tayo maka-receive ng love of God. We fell far from God. Punta tayo sa hell. Ganun. So, dahil nandun tayo sa hell, darkness yan. Pero, nagbigay ang Diyos sa atin ng salita niya na 10 Commandments. And because of that, nakaroon tayo ng light na mag-guide sa atin. The 10 Commandments. Nang dumating si Jesus Christ, He gave us the gospel. that is also the light, like a fluorescent. Tapos sabi niya, pag darating siya, I will tell you plainly of the Father. So yun, parang sunlight na yan, total ano na yan, revelation. Marami siyang i-reveal. Lahat ng nandyan sa sulok-sulok na nakatago noong madilim, lahat yan makikita na, ay ganyan pala yan. Noong madilim, di mo alam na ganun pala yung itsura or ganyan pala yung kasalanan or mga ganun, di ba? Pero pag nalagyan ng sunlight yan, lahat magiging marireveal lahat yun. Ganun yun. Yun ang gusto ko i-share sa inyo na you have to be prepared for new things na darating sa buhay natin. Kasi, pag hindi, we might become like the people who rejected Jesus Christ before, who wants to stone Him to death. Hinabol-habol siya para babatuhin. Tapos, anyway, nandiyan, hindi ko lang hindi ko lang minemorize ka anong verse kasi yan, no? Na, inaano nila si Jesus Christ. They want to kill Him. Sabi pa nga sa Bible, and because of what He said, they sought to kill Him. Meron pang ganun. So, we have to be prepared, mga kapatid, become open-minded, kasi pag hindi, baka parehas tayo sa ginawa. Para isa tayo sa mga mangbabato sa Kanya pagdating niya ulit. Baka isa tayo sa mga masasabi na, uy, patayin natin yan kasi wala yan sinasabi niya, mali, ganyan. Baka isa pa tayo doon. So, we have to be prepared. So, yung mga ganito, I really like to share kasi there is some things dito sa Bible na magandang maintindihan natin. And this is already a preparation for us. When the Lord comes, at least, mas, hindi na mabigla-bigla kung ano yung sasabihin niya. Kasi, medyo naintindihan natin yung mga nakatago dyan. Ay, hindi yan sinasabi ng maraming tao. Especially about sexual immorality. Tago yan. Hindi niya sasabihin kahit sino pag meron siyang kasalanan about sex. Patago-tago yan. Tingnan yung mga lalaki, even babae na nakikipag-apid o adultery. They will never tell that in public. Tatago talaga yan. At pag i-reveal mo, magagalit yan sa iyo. Ganon din si Satan. He will keep it secret from us. So, I think ganon yung gusto kong i-share sa inyo. We have to have some kind of open-minded, prepare ourselves for the coming of the Lord. When He comes, He will tell us many things. He will tell us clearly what is God's kingdom. Ano ba yung... He will even teach us what is economy. What is the best economic system. Para walang nag-aaway-away tungkol sa pera. Walang nagsasabing na-exploit kami. Ginamit lang niya kahit. So, He will also teach us like that. Kasi kingdom. Ano ba yung meron sa kingdom? May politics dyan, may economy dyan, may social life dyan, may lahat. So, He will teach us very clearly ano ba yung God's kingdom. Kasi nga sabi niya, He will tell us plainly. He will tell us plainly of the Father. Ibig sabihin, wala nang sikreto. Ganon. Sasabihin niya lahat. Kaya ngayon, itong mga Bible verses natin dito, let's look at it very sincerely, seriously. Kasi, I think, these Bible verses are a preparation para pagdating niya, hindi na siya shock. Uy, ano yan? Ay, bakit niya sinasabi yan? No, diba? Kasi nandyan na sa Bible kasi yan. Nandyan na. Nandyan na yan. Magbasa-basa lang tayo palagi, everyday. Okay? So, I want to share to you, okay? I-share ko na yung mga Bible verses na sinabi ko. So, we can really think about it. Okay, yung Bible verses natin na binasa kanina, na sinabi ko kanina. So, I want to share to you the Bible verses that I'm telling you about the need to be more prepared to receive something new in our modern time. Okay? So, ito sa John 16:12, sabi ni Jesus Christ, I have much more to say to you, more than you can bear them now. But when the Spirit of truth comes, He will guide you into all the truth. He will not speak on His own. He will speak only what He hears, and He will tell you what will happen, and He will tell you what is yet to come. So, yun yung Jesus Christ said, no? Yung John 16:12 to 13 actually. So, yun nga, marami pa siyang sasabihin sa atin. And another Bible verse is ito. Though I have been speaking figuratively, a time is coming when I no longer use this kind of language, but will tell you plainly about my Father. So these are the Bible verses na telling us to be prepared for a more elaborate or more clear expression or explanation of the will of God. Okay, so yun lang. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.